everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of the PokerGO Podcast. My name is Donnie Peters. His name is Tim Duckworth. It is 6:29 p.m. on Saturday, September 27th. We are smack dab in the middle of, as it says right here on the felt, if you're watching on the YouTube video or on PokerGO, Poker Masters, baby. We just finished event number 6. Tim and I thought, you know what? Sunday's a day off. Why don't we fire up a pod Saturday night? Hopefully producer Rich Ryan can get it out there for, I'll say at the latest, Monday morning.
He's not doing anything tomorrow. He should do it tomorrow.
You know, it's the weekend, first of all. It's the weekend.
To start editing at 10 a.m.
It's the weekend. There's a lot of football on. I get it.
Where's his priorities sit?
Yeah, I don't really know.
It shouldn't be with the Jets.
This is probably your Broncos ain't looking so hot either.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Broncos hat today.
Yeah, there you go. Salute to service, baby.
We're not looking good.
Salute to service. I always wondered about, they have all these things about the American flag. Like the American flag on your hat is backwards. Like it's flipped.
It's something about...
I don't understand. But anyway.
No, I read about this before. But you know, it's like when you hang it in the garage, you got to hang it a certain way. Like there's like rules with the flag.
Cool. Rules with a flag. I mean, it just seems ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. It is all about the purple jacket, the Poker Masters. Do we have rules with the purple jacket? You can only display it a certain way. You know,
the button has to be on the inside out of
the button is messed up. I noticed on the purple jacket out there, the button is messed up.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's extremely frustrating. Every time I walk past the thing, I see this freaking button and I'm like, who made this thing? Why is it backwards?
The U.S. flag appears backwards on hats and uniforms to symbolize movement forward. That dates back to the Civil War.
Okay, cool. Who cares? Anyway, Poker Masters. We're going to talk about the 6 events. We're going to kind of preview what's to come. The race for the purple jacket. You know, I was not joking. If you guys are new here, you do win the purple jacket.
We should wear it right now.
No, you can't wear it. It's like it's a thing. You can't touch it. You can't touch the Stanley Cup. You can't touch the Lombardi,
I don't care about that
Lombardi
stuff.
Trophy. You just it's a bit sacred in a way. Like you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. And if you touch it, you should be touching it with white gloves, as far as I'm concerned.
Have white gloves.
There you go. So we're just going to talk pretty much all things Poker Masters. I do have a family pot.
Okay.
I forgot about it last time, even though last time we did a family pot anyway. We shot the shit a little bit on Disneyland. But I do have another thing pertaining to a trip with my family. And this one has been eating me alive for, I think, 3 weeks now.
You went on another trip?
Maybe 2 weeks. No, this is about talking about a trip.
Oh,
in the future. Okay.
Yeah.
But the stuff that happened, 2 to 3 weeks ago is really just chaps my ass. And I'm like, it's gotten to the point where I have not talked to my brother about it. So that's a little preview, and I expect an apology from him.
Ooh,
so anyway,
spicy.
Exactly. This episode of the PokerGO podcast is brought to you by PlayPokerGO, and PlayPokerGO is giving you the chance to win a poker trip of a lifetime. Come out to Las Vegas, compete right here in the PokerGO studio for $1 million free roll, because it's all part of the PGT $1 million championship, and you can win a dream seat to that PGT $1 million championship. All you have to do, guys, go to playpokergo.com or download the app to your iOS or Android device. Play a single hand of free online poker. One single hand. It takes all of probably 2.5 minutes to complete this entire process, from creating an account to playing a single hand. It does not take more than 3 minutes for sure. So just knock it out, get it out of the way. You have to do it before December 10th. And then somebody is going to be automatically drawn to win a dream seat to come out to play in the PGT $1 million championship. The way things stand right now, there's going to be 51 players in that thing, maximum. So you have a pretty darn good shot of actually turning this thing into some money. $500,000 first place prize in that. The top 6 are going to pay. So it's not like you're coming out for some $1 million free roll and you got to beat 3,000 people and you're not going to win a lot of money. No, you got to beat 50 other people. You're going to win $500K if you do it. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. So if you love poker, you'd be ridiculous if you just didn't take advantage of this. So again, playpokergo.com or download it to your iOS or Android device and just play one free hand of online poker. It is a free online poker site. So even if you don't like that, just go do this. Okay, trust me, just go do it. No purchase necessary. Yes, you have to be 21 or older and a U.S. resident. If you want to go through the full rules and details, you can do so. PokerGo.com/rules. All right, let's get into this 2025 Poker Masters. As I mentioned earlier, 6 events are done. The winners so far have been David Coleman, Mike Zulker, Andrew Moreno, Darren Elias, Chino Ream, and Alex Foxen. A really good group of 6 winners when it comes to like notable faces, well-known faces, regulars on the PGT. You know, all those guys have put in time and effort on the PGT over the years. So seeing them all come out on top is, you know, cool. It's fun. You know, you like your regulars to win, so I get it. The opening event, a little bit of a different twist this year, as we highlighted last time when we previewed the series. We did what we called the Poker Masters $1 Million Showcase, a $1 million guarantee multi-flight event, 2 starting flights. I got in there and played in it.
You did.
As we talked about how I won that satellite, but I was going to play anyway, but I got out there and played in it. 239 total entries, which I think came in all right. You know, I'll defer to you, Kamish. I mean, how do you feel about the number? Were you sweating the guarantee? Like, what do you think? Just speak to the number first. We'll get into some of the other stuff about the event, but let's just talk about the number to start. 239
Yeah, 239 entrants. Day 1A had 109. Day 1B, 130. I was very nervous on that first day. There was, I think I sent you a list somewhere around 50 of our regs that we would expect to be playing not in attendance on 1A. But we did some maths. We took the people that were busted on 1A. You know, we removed the satellite winners. We added the new satellite winners, and we were at about 89, and we needed 91 entrants. So we knew it was going to be close. I was not here. I was in a different state.
Planning your escape.
Planning my escape.
Had we not hit the guarantee,
if we did not hit my guarantee,
you wanted to have a 4-hour head start.
This is 5 hours in San Diego. I was already there, ready to hide on the beach somewhere. And you were sending me, you know, I was like, please send me updates. Thankfully, we did, you know, get to that 91 we needed. Blew through that, got to 130. A couple of those names that didn't show on 1A eventually showed up. A couple of those guys, you know, coming from Jeju, coming from Triton. So with Triton going on, you know, with Borgata kind of wrapping up, I think 239 was a great number. You know, personally, I wish, you know, 1A was 130 to make us feel a little better. But, you know, the sweat was there. We got there. I would say, you know, we are planning to do this for PokerGO Cup. We're planning to do this for US Poker Open. I think 239 is our floor. I think we'll get a bigger number at PokerGO Cup. You know, you and I have discussed, hey, can we add maybe 1, maybe 2 more satellites at night? If we do that, the popularity of, you know, this first time, I think, you know, going forward, it will be a pretty successful event. Yes, I was a little nervous, but hey, we got through, and we both still have jobs. So that's what's most important to me.
I got 2 main thoughts on the number.
Yep.
One, I was also a little bit nervous entering day 1B. But looking back on it, in hindsight, I don't think I should have been as nervous. And I think it was just a reflection of that in this instance, PGT/PokerGo was putting up the guarantee. So we had much more skin in the game, which allowed us to feel the concern much more. Yep. So I think in reality, you know, there was probably a very small chance we missed. I mean, we would probably be the first poker tour poker operator in the history of mankind to have the last starting flight be lower than the first, you know, had we missed. I mean, not that that hasn't happened before, but it's very, very rare that happens. So, you know, I think we were pretty safe, all things considered. The second thing is I actually don't think the number was successful. I think it needed to be 300 for me to say successful. And if it didn't say 300, I was going to say it was not successul. So I'm not happy with the number. And I feel like there is a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah.
Mainly 61 entries of room for improvement.
I thought we were going to be more around that 300. I would say that also success is just hitting 200. So you don't overlay. You can kind of look at different ways. But yeah, I was with you. I thought we were going to get more near that 300. If we look at past 5K events, with the biggest one we had was 177. So just take that as a data point. You would think, okay, we get 177 on 1A, we're going to get at least 120 on day 1B. So just using past data, I think we were thinking 300.
Yeah, I was thinking 125 and 175 were like how it would shake out. I mean, give or take a little bit on each day, but those are my two goal numbers going in.
But let's say we add those, those regs that were missing, a few new satellite players, a few new faces here and there, then we should be kind of on that for next time.
And we also ran really bad with re-entries. That was 100% for sure. Yes. Like, for example, I played day 1A, and at my table, the 7 or 8 people that played my table, a couple of people got moved off for balancing or whatnot, but I was the only person to bust before registration out of those 7 to 8 players. 100%. Like, they all made it to registration. Obviously some of them busted after registration, but they're all people who would put in, 2 or 3 bullets, and they just didn't. So, and that's just variance. And it was actually pretty surprising because I felt like this event had a fairly fast structure, all things considered. If you were to think about, a 5K buy-in, multi-flight tournament with a guarantee, if I were to just give you those things, you would probably think the structure is at a stone minimum. You start 250 big blinds deep, you got 40-minute levels to start, and then you go from there. If not a better structure, 300 big blinds deep, 400 big blinds deep to start, hour levels, whatever. No, this is pretty fast in here. We it's not that it's super fast. It gets down to meaningful poker quicker. You sit down, you got 125 big blinds. You're playing 30-minute levels. So like immediately each pot matters. Yeah. Like you play a raised pot in level 1. Like it's like you're like, okay, like stacks can easily go in. I mean, yeah, we're pretty deep, but like still stacks can get in here, right? You play a 3-bet pot and you're like, okay, like we might be playing for stacks here depending on what happens. So it's a bit faster. It speeds things up, which then led me to believe that, why aren't people firing and re-entering? What the heck is going on? So ran a little bit bad there. If you run better there, I think we get up to, 250, 260 easily. You add in those players that weren't here, I think we're at the 300 number, but still, I think room for improvement.
I guess before we move on to the results and the other events, what do you think we should or could change, or at least have, what's the discussion points for the next one? Personally, I think there is a discussion that, hey, let's, like you just mentioned, let's move the starting stack up to 150,000, but add those 2 more hours of registration. So basically we're talking, 6 hours of registration instead of 4, level wise, not including breaks. But you get a little more at the start. So for the guys that are in for 1 bullet, that's fine. They're actually going to start a little deeper, might actually pull some people into that buy-in point. But then also you do have that 2 more levels, the 2 more hours for, like you said, the re-entries, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would explore that. I would also want to explore, and I know I brought this up to you before, but instead of doing it 3 max bullets per day, just doing 2 max bullets per day. Just because I think that there might be some people who they come into the event where they're like, okay, I'm going to fire 3 or 4 bullets, not 6. And then they're like, they bust 1 on the first day. And then they're like, well, I'll just go home and I'll come back and fire the max 3 the next day. So
some players have said that too. Yeah.
I might do just 2 and 2, 1 in a reentry, 1 in a reentry. And then hopefully you get people just to really achieve the 4.
See, I had a point I made with Paul is that we should change the rule to be, because it's 6 total entries, right? One buy-in, 2 re-entries on each
Should
flight.
just be 6 total?
6 total. Because I was thinking, like, you have a Mike Munchak kind of guy, or someone that, we talk about the Saturday being the day 2, the day 1B, we got college sports on. Or, obviously, different times of the year, we have different things on. But, hey, I can only play Friday, but I can play Sunday. I can't play Saturday. So give that guy a chance to put in 6 bullets on that day, and then he's done the next day. Like he can't even register. Even if he's like, oh, I can play now. I'm like, no, sorry, you've had your 6 bullets. That's it. That's kind of one option I brought up with Paul here. He didn't love it, but I think it's still worth at least discussing a little further.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a decent option. I think we can attack the satellites a little bit more. I thought the satellites were good, but I think we could add 1 or 2 to them, which I think is a good thing. And we're gonna have kind of the idea of what I thought of with satellites for the PGT True Classic event that is coming up in December. So we'll be able to get some data on how we think that works, or if we do think it works, and then maybe we can then push that forward to do it, for the PokerGO Cup or for the US Poker Open for this style of event. So yeah, I mean, all in all, like, I think my thought is good, not great, room for improvement, but that's fine. It was, I think if you come into anything and you think you're just going to bat 1,000 and you're going to get A+ on everything and you're going to smash it out of the park constantly, I think you're just a fool for ever thinking that. Some things aren't always going to go as good as possible. And I would even say if you're constantly hitting things out of the park and smashing home runs, etc., you might be doing something wrong. Maybe you're falling short, for example. Yeah. So anyway, but that's it on the numbers.
I think the one other thing we're discussing too is that at the day 2 of the event, which we're going to talk about soon, was pretty short. Well, maybe we just combine day 2 with the final table, or the other option is make day 2 a lot more player friendly, wind the clock back a bit further, etc. So some of those little things we're going to look at, tweak, and figure out kind of the best. We're always making changes here on the PGT to be the best for the players, and this one we're going to have to look at all the different levels of it and make some adjustments.
I would even say for the Poker Masters one, maybe you do 3 day ones with the third day one on Sunday. Because so many of the players voice the football thing. Like, that's a real thing for us. It's different in a lot of spots, and I know it breaks that rule of like you want the final flight to happen on Saturday and whatever. But like I feel like we have just kind of a different clientele of players. So maybe then you just get some of these players to, it's just a little bit better for them in that they can fire the bullets on, Friday or Saturday, and then hopefully they advance or whatever, but they have the option to play Sunday if they want. If they don't want to play, fine. If they want to watch football all day because that's what these guys want to do, then fine. Mm-hmm. So maybe we just do it that way, but only for Masters because that's the only one that takes place during football season. So anyway, just a thought there. And one more thing. Did I talk about my satellite idea on the last podcast? About making deals in satellites? I've talked with you about it personally.
I don't know if you brought it up.
Yeah, I want to bring it up here.
Okay.
Because I played the satellite for this tournament, and I got my seat. I was going to play anyway again, but I got a seat, so it was great to have that little free roll. We're down to 11 players left. 9 got seats. 10th got like $2,300 or something. Yeah. And they have, you know how Bravo has on the screen chop value.
Yeah.
And chop value at the time was like 4,100, and then we lost a player, and it was like, whatever, 4,300 or something. Yeah. Why don't they allow chops in satellites? Under the notion that it is not chop, take the cash. It is chop, take a voucher for the tournament. Because when we're 11 players left, if I would have said, hey, everyone, do you want to chop? We all get 4,100. We have to come out of pocket for $900 or $1,000 to play the tournament. We're still saving a ton of money. And we just get to end it right there. Like, it's just over with, whatever, not a big deal. Versus you risk, I mean, ours went on forever. Like, multiple people of us got in with like either between 0.5 and 2 big blinds. I got in with 1 big blind. Like, it was kind of ridiculous at that point. It's just like it got to the point where, because of the way the stacks were, and like the average stack was like 8 big blinds or 7 big blinds or something. So it's like you could really just like have high carded for the person to finish in 10th place and not get the money. So when it just becomes such a luck fest at that point, well, who even cares? And like the chip leaders, like,
well, the chip leader might care.
Well, here's the thing: the chip leader at my table was not even doing anything. Like, he wasn't raising. Like, dude, you should literally just be all in every hand. Like, what you're supposed to be ending this, not like the guys with 2 big blinds. We're all just trying to fold and tank and do this and that and the other thing. Like, you should just be literally just put a stack out there and just say, I'm raising every hand. What are you gonna do about it? And then finally somebody's blinded all in. But like, the chip leaders like kept folding and stuff, so it's just very awkward. So why can't you just make it like, listen, you guys can chop if you want, but the money that you get is just a voucher that can only be used in this tournament. Just like when I cash in the satellite, I can only use that $5,100 ticket to buy into the tournament. I can't go cash it out. I can't sell it. I can't do anything. So what's the difference? And then I come out of pocket for a little bit more money.
Hasn't been done before, right? Like, would they?
Yeah, but
we
it should be, that should be a thing.
Here. It's very unique here what we do. So yeah, I think it's something we could definitely.
But I'm
explore.
saying in all satellites, that should just be a thing. Like it would make satellites just so much easier.
Well, isn't that kind of why the milestone exists in a way to make things easier?
Yeah, I agree. Well, this is an expansion of that.
Yeah.
And they don't do the milestone here, so let's just do this.
Yeah. Well, we may do the milestone here. We're talking about it.
We should do the milestone here. Anyway, David Coleman, Mr. Coles, he did it. He defeated Mitchell Halverson in heads-up play to take the title. Coleman and I believe it was Ostapchenko were the two chip leaders heading into the final table. You had David Coleman, you had Mitchell Halverson as the top two. David Coleman won $270,000. Ostapchenko got third. Steven Song got fourth. Spencer Champlin got fifth. I'll hit on him a little bit more in a second. Doug Lee got sixth. I'll also hit on him a little bit more in a second. And Jim Agatz got seventh place there in that one. Spencer Champlin won the opening event of Poker Masters last year. Now, it wasn't the same format. It was just a straight 5K 2-day event, but he satellited into that event. He got heads up with Jessica Vierling, another satellite winner. And then Spencer Champlin went on to win. So he, tries to go back to back. Gets fifth place this time. Pretty cool there. Doug Lee won a satellite. He played the same satellite I did. He won his seat in. He goes on to finish sixth place, cashes for $49K. He played the final satellite at Venetian for the PGT Venetian Las Vegas Classic. He won a seat there. He went on to finish third in that event for $120K. So Satellite King Doug Lee.
Satellite King.
Doug Lee is freaking back. And he is the Satellite King, which is just unbelievable. And we're going to hit on Doug Lee a little bit more throughout this podcast because he has had some more results. The resurgence of Doug Lee. He is back.
He's back.
It's just absolutely incredible. Just some other notable finishes here. Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger got 10th in this one. David ODB Baker, even though he told us he wasn't going to play it because day 2 was on Sunday, he said, you know what? This Sunday sucks for the NFL. I'm playing it anyway. He made day 2. He got 16th. Jeremy Osmonds got 17th. Andrew Moreno got 19th. Justin Zaki got 25th. Michael Burke got 28th. Joey Wiseman, 31st. Jim Colopy, 32nd. Also, Jim Agate. Agate? Jim Agate. Sorry, Jim Agate. I know because they wrote on the log for our commentators. They wrote AH-GOT. So I thought that was Agate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's Agate is his name. Which he corrected afterwards. Like, we talked with him the next day, and he's like, you're saying my last name wrong. He was totally nice about it. He was fine. But I was like, oh, well, this is what they put on the blog, so how would you read that? I mean, that says Agate. So anyway, Jim Agate, another satellite winner into this one. And he went on to finish 7th place. So 2 satellite winners, Doug Lee and Jim Agate, 6th and 7th, both made the final table. I already mentioned the $49K for Doug Lee, $40K for Jim Agate. Other satellite winners, you had Keegan Westover. He got 20th place for $13,000. You had Andrew Abraw, another satellite winner, $8,600 for her. You had Aaron Massey, another satellite winner, $8,600 for him. So 5 satellite winners cashed in this event, turning $560 into at least $8,600, if not more. Doug Lee cashed for the most out of the satellite winners, $49K. So for anyone out there that thinks of playing the satellites, yes, that sort of pathway, that sort of dream is still very much alive through these satellites. So definitely take advantage of them when they do happen at Aria Poker. Good final table. We streamed multiple days from this event. It was a lot of fun to watch kind of the progression through it all. Some big hands as well. So overall, I very much enjoyed the product, and I look forward to bringing it back, but also tackling it from an improvement standpoint. Mike Zulker won event number 2. Event number 2 had 130 entries. He defeated, guess who? Mitchell Halverson, who just finished 2nd place in the event before. Mitchell Halverson starts off his 2025 Poker Masters campaign with back-to-back runner-up finishes. Zulker took home $157,000, Halverson $100,000. So Halverson, $185,000 for the first one, $100,000 here. 2 events down, he's cashed for $285K. Seems like a pretty sweet start for him.
Fantastic start, yeah.
Zulker He entered this final table, event number 2, with the chip lead. Can't remember if he lost the chip lead at all. Maybe he did for a little bit, but he pretty much dominated from start to finish. Played extremely well, was certainly on his game, dominated when he needed to, exercised the big stack when he needed to, and ultimately came out on top of it all for $157,000. He was someone who came into PGT Bounty Blitz with a question for you saying like, oh, it says I only have 2 cashes. I actually have 3, I think. You verified that he did have 3. He's in the top 40 of the leaderboard. This obviously helps, make him more of a candidate to qualify for the PGT $1 Million Championship. How many points does he have total?
He
right
has 1187.
Okay, so he should be.
Feel pretty confident that he's going to be good to go.
Yeah, and he basically won this event and then took his kids to Disney World in Florida. So that's why he hasn't been here.
Unbelievable.
I saw on Instagram the other day. I don't follow a lot of these players on Instagram, but because I manage the PokerGO and PGT accounts, I see all this stuff. And sometimes I like forget what account I'm on or like what account I had on. So I open it up and I'm like, I don't follow this person. Why am I looking at this person? Like, so it's just funny to see all the different stuff. Also in this one, Jeremy Becker kind of continues his little PGT hot streak that he's been on. 12th place for him. Chino Ream got 16th. Sam Laskowitz 19th. And about Sam Laskowitz, I didn't bring it up when we talked about the $1 Million Showcase, but I will bring it up here because seeing his name with a min cash here jogged my memory. He bubbled both flights of the showcase. Stone bubble both flights. That is pretty ridiculous for that to happen.
Brutal.
So Sam Laskowitz, stone bubble twice.
He was the short stack heading in on the bubble in event 2. He got it all in, but I was just like, oh my God, is this really going to happen 3
Could you imagine?
days in a row?
I mean, that'd be wild.
But he snuck into the money for this one and got the cash.
So event number 3, we kicked the buy-in up to 10K, 101 entries there. Andrew Moreno comes out on top, $252,000 for him. Moreno's knocked on the PGT door a handful of times here inside the studio. He has won a PGT qualifying event before when he won the Win Millions. Was it called the Win Millions? He won that event, 10K at the Win for a bit over $1 million. But here in the studio, I think he had a couple of third place finishes, some other final tables, but he finally broke through here and took down event number 3, $10,000 buy-in, no limit hold'em. Brian Batt finished in second. Sam Laskowitz.
There he is,
third place, heating up. Jeremiah Williams, fourth. Huh?
Can't complain anymore.
Yeah, right. Matthew Wantman, 5th place. John Riordan, 6th place. Miles Mullally, 7th place. And then we go to event number 4, Darren Elias, who skipped the showcase, but has been playing everything since. He won event number 4. Nice little uptick in numbers too. Same. So event 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all 10Ks, right? And 7 are all 10K. So 5 10Ks. Nice to see an uptick from the first 10K to the second 10K. First one got 101, second one got 112. So it's nice to see that. Definitely saw some players, coming in, whether it be from Borgata, whether it be from Triton, like Landon Tice, for example, was like, I was in Mexico playing the online series, all that sort of stuff. But people started to come in. Darren Elias won this one, $280,000 for him. David Chen, 2nd place. Neil Warren, 3rd place. Steven Song, 4th place. Steven Song, 4th place. Again, he got 4th place in the showcase. So he got 4th place here. Adam Hendricks, 5th. Victoria Lifshitz, 6th. And look, at 7th place, Mitchell Halverson, just back again. Mitchell Halverson. Yeah, I know, right? Just absolutely crushing. Then we have event number 5, another 10K. Just copy paste the entries and the payouts because same field size, same payouts, same everything. Different winner though. We had Chino Ream coming out on top. Chino Ream entered this final table with quite a large chip lead. He had over 5 million. I think the next closest was around 2 to 2.5 million.
Massive.
Yeah, very, very big lead. Shout out massive. John Riordan came into the final table with like 5 big blinds. Yeah. But then, so John Riordan shoves the first hand, picks up some chips. The second hand, aces, kings, and ace king get it all in. Andrew Lichtenberger and Aram Zobian are both eliminated by Anatoly Nikitin. and John Riordan ladders up 2 spots when he has like 7 big blinds. Just absolutely wild stuff. So that happened. John Riordan ended up cashing for $72,500 when he probably thought, he's going to be getting $44,800. So that's great. 4th place in this one, Steven Song again, just, always getting 4th place at the Poker Masters this season, I guess. Daniel Geba, who his largest score coming into the Poker Masters was when he final tabled the Club WPT Gold $5 million free roll. I think he got 3rd place in that for like $125K. And then probably, some bounties or whatnot. I don't know if they did a deal, but who knows? But he's been playing all series long here in the studio. It's good to see Daniel Geba here. He also had a deep run, I believe, in Venetian. Did he have a deep run in Venetian?
Yeah, 57th place.
There you go. Very aggressive player, confident player. He'll certainly get after it. So when he's on a feature table or a final table, he's very entertaining to watch play, especially when he has chips. But Chino Reem got the best of him in this one. Chino Reem doing it again. I believe this moved him into the top 5 of the season-long PGT leaderboard. Chino's had a pretty great season overall. He told Tim and I at the end of last season that we could bet everything that we own that he would qualify for the PGT $1 Million Championship. And I mean, he's as locked in as you can be locked in without this thing being over. So Chino Reem made good on that proclamation, and it looks like he's going to go on to qualify for the championship, and now he's challenging for the purple jacket. And then event number 6, the event that wrapped up today, Alex Foxen, who came straight off the plane from Korea. He flew in from Korea. He landed at Harry Reid International. He came straight to the studio, luggage and all. Luggage was out here by the bar. I was like, whose luggage is it? There's like 3 suitcases. I go and I look. It says, William Foxen on it. I'm like, this guy just came straight off the plane? I mean, like, guys, poker's not going anywhere. You can go rest for a day.
Come straight here.
Well, anyway, he wins event number 6. $272,000 there. He beat, guess who? Doug Lee.
Legend.
Doug freaking Lee is back. He is back. I mean, this run on the PGT for Doug Lee is just wild stuff. Doug Lee cashes for $180,000. Martin Zamani 3rd. Andrew Lichtenberger was deep again 4th. RJ Sullivan 5th. RJ Sullivan's been playing everything here. Good to see him. Making his first foray into a PGT series here at the studio. Bin Wang got 6th. Matthew McEwen got 7th. Jeremy Becker, 14th. Still kind of hot is Jeremy Becker, at least in terms of like cashing. He's missing out on, the very deep runs of the final tables, but he's still putting up those cashes.
He has 12 cashes this season.
I know, it's wild.
He sits 174th, but there's only 18 people that have more cashes than him above him. I mean, it shows that he's just like not getting those big cashes, but he's knocking on that door. He's knocking hard.
How many, if he continues like this sort of pace, he's going to need 25 cashes to qualify for 30 cashes?
35 cashes.
Yeah. I mean, I hope J-Bex makes it through. I mean, but he's just, again, it's just small cash after small cash. Those are the 6 winners so far. What do you got on Alex Foxen? Don't you have some stats or something?
Yeah, so...
He's not, by the way, Foxen winning this, if Foxen finished top 3 at the final table today that completed, then he was going to move ahead of Michael Mizrachi to take number 1 on the PGT season-long leaderboard. And he did that. So he is the new front runner. I believe he was the front runner before at some point during the season, but now he's back up on top.
He's back on top. Yeah.
Having a great season.
Yeah, Alex Foxen, to this win, it was 10th PGT title. So he joined Stephen Chidwick, Sam Soverall, Daniel Negreanu as those players with more than 10 titles, Soverall leading with 12. This was also his 73rd PGT career final table. That's and extending his lead there. He also extended his lead in cashes. This was his 99th PGT career cash. He's got some chips out there right now in event 7, so he might be looking for that big 100. And he also overtook Stephen Chidwick for most PGT points in his career. He now has 9,800. Stephen Chidwick, 4 points less. So that was
crazy.
So
And Steven, we have yet to see Steven Chidwick.
correct, yeah.
I mean, maybe he comes for starting on Monday. It's going to be 15Ks and two 15Ks and a 25K. So maybe he, pops in. He went to Triton as well.
Yeah.
So could be a late addition to the Poker Masters. You never know.
So if everything kind of, if the poker god out there wants to work his magic, spin his web, he'll make Alex Foxen win this event. So he'll get both his 100 cash and his 10,000th PGT point, all in one fair.
All in one
it'd
swing.
be perfect. Yeah, it's never gonna happen. Like we can't,
I don't know, man. Don't ever say never.
We shouldn't say never, but it can't be that perfect. Surely it can't be that perfect. But Alex Foxen extending his lead in these categories, his dominance on the PGT, having a pretty incredible season. 2,400 points right now. Definitely the front runner to take down PGT Player of the Year for 2025.
Definitely. Again, we are recording this on Saturday, September 27th. It is just past 7 p.m. now. The field for Event 7, the final 10K of the series, is locked. 77 entries there, $223,000 up top. The top 11 will pay. So hopefully if you're listening to that or listening to this on Monday morning, if we get it out in time, then you'll be able to watch that final table because we do take Sundays off on the PGT 99.9% of the time, other than we're doing a showcase. But you'll be able to watch that final table on Monday. Final table is all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're also bringing back the day one coverage starting on Monday night. So plenty of Poker Masters action to come. Phil Hellmuth did pop in for
an event.
For one event.
Gave us 8 minutes.
Yeah, gave us all like 8 minutes.
PGT career.
I mean, he's like just, all he does is talk about like, it hurts my feelings when people make fun of my play, legacy this, legacy that, whatever. Like, well, then why aren't you here every single day? I mean, why aren't you here showing the people that you can do it, proving to these guys that you can do it, and showing everyone that you are the best player in the world?
Mm-hmm.
For as much as chatter as he does on social media about that specific thing, like then he should be here every single day.
Yeah,
he really should be. So that's my thing on Hellmuth. Poker Masters leaderboard. Mitchell Halverson is on top. He's got 3 cashes. He's got those 2 runner-up finishes, and then he's got a 7th place finish. He's got 330 points. But this race is really...
This is good.
I feel like in the past, we've had like one guy like kind of way out in front.
Yeah.
Here, it looked like Halverson at first, right? He was kind of starting to run away with the thing. We're like, is he just going to finish second, final table every event, etc. But so he's got 330. David Coleman has 303, so he's pretty close. Steven Song, 302. Chino Ream, 290. Darren Elias, 280. Alex Foxen, 272. Andrew Moreno, 265. And then I'll cut it off here at Doug Lee, 242. And then the next ones there's a pair at 185, and then it goes down from there. But, there's 8 people with 242 points or more, and there's less than 90 points separating 8th and 1st. So, this is a pretty close race. And, the 10K events count for a lot. The 15K is obviously count for a lot. And then we got the 25K finale coming up. So, this is a great race. We're going to see, how it shakes out for this 10K event number 7. And then we'll obviously have that final table on Monday. And then, obviously getting into the bigger buy-in events, the 215s and the 25. So, I love when the leaderboard race is super close and competitive. And this feels like we're going to enter that 25K, and you always do the thing where it's like, okay, once the prize pool locks and we know like what the points are, we can figure out who's still in contention and who's not. I feel like we might have 25 people in contention.
Great.
But that's what we want. Like we want everyone fighting for it at the end. It is, really cool overall. I mentioned Mitchell Halverson, Steven Song, who's in 3rd with 302 points. He's got 4 cashes. He's got the most cashes at the 2025 Poker Masters. Halverson's got 3. Doug Lee's got 3. Andrew Lichtenberger's got 3. Jeremiah Williams has 3. Matthew Wantman has 3. Matthew McEwen has 3. Justin Zaki has 3. Must be 3 really small ones for him. But yeah, there's plenty of firepower left, plenty of points to be won. So, this race is going to be great right down to the end. So, love it. I absolutely love it. Anything on the race?
No, but I have a duck up. Bring back the duck up.
What's the duck up? Who's duck up? Mine or yours?
We'll talk about PGT Fantasy real quick.
Oh my God.
And me drafting.
I mean, I was going to get to PGT Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. We can go ahead.
I don't know if we're going to get to it, but
we're going to go ahead. I'm smashing you.
I got a good win today. Come on.
I have
you really smashing me still?
I have 866 points total. Okay. You have 612.
Really? If you added that up correctly, Foxen wins, Chino win. Oh, I got rid of Foxen.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Duck up number 2. I forgot about that. All right, fine.
Wasn't that the duck up?
No, the duck up was taking a gamble on Lewis Spencer.
Yeah, but you dropped Alex Foxen.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. Because we weren't sure if he was going to make it or not.
But that's the point. It's a double duck up for the same thing because you dropped. You have to listen. You dropped someone to pick someone up. You dropped Foxen to pick up Spencer. Okay, so you parlayed the duck up.
Anyone else I dropped, they've put in huge volume. They've played every event.
Listen, we need a parlay duck up graphic, Rich Ryan, right here. A parlay duck up.
You're being true results. No. Anyway, my real duck up is the Lewis Spencer pick. He was in Vegas for 1 day. What? Anyway, yeah, you're crushing me. I'll come back in the PLO series. Don't worry about that.
The teams, we're not going to do the whole drop and stuff right now today, because right? No. I'll just read the teams. I have Jeremy Osmus, Jeremy Becker, Nick Schulman, Sam Laskowitz, and Andrew Lichtenberger. I mean, that's just a freaking all-star team if I've ever seen one. You have Chino Ream, Sam Soverall, John Riordan, Michael Burke, and Lewis Spencer. I mean, your team, your top 4, the first 4 that I read off are pretty good. Lewis Spencer, obviously not good because he's not here.
No, you're not here, buddy.
So that's where things stand.
I'm following you on Instagram, so I can't see this.
We still have 4 events to go. Again, I have 866 right now through event number 6 of the Poker Masters. You have 612 points.
Yeah.
So, we're going all the way through to the end of the season. So we'll keep you guys updated there. But, so far, things are looking good for old Team DP, baby.
I'm looking through today's, seeing if we got any sweats. Schulman's still in, Becker's still in, Foxen out, Riordan's still in.
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy, but yeah. All right.
Your poker story could send you to Las Vegas because PokerGo and True Classic are giving away 15 packages worth $5,000 each. And if you win one of those packages, you'll be able to come out to Las Vegas. Part of the $5,000 is for some travel money. You get hotel and you get a buy into a $3,300 tournament right here at the PokerGo studio. It will be a PGT qualifying event. It will be live streamed. So, all the bells and whistles if you want to come out at the PokerGo studio. It's completely free to enter this giveaway to win one of the 15 packages. All you have to do is tell us how poker has impacted your life. Tell us your journey, your poker story, whatever it is. Make it good, guys. Make it good. Sell yourself, okay? Enter now at trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo. Again, completely free to enter. Don't wait. Head to trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo to share your story today. The deadline is coming up October 27th. So a month away from today when we're recording is the deadline. So again, trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo. Go there. It's free. Share your story. Enter into the contest. Yes, it is only open to U.S. residents. Yes, it is 21 or older. But I know there are plenty of U.S. residents that are 21 plus as listeners. So go take advantage of that. Great stuff there. What do you got?
Before we move on to Family Pot, I'm going to throw in a code word.
Okay.
Just thought of it then. The code word for 33 raffle tickets.
33.
We're up on this because we're coming to an end. 33.
Larry Bird, huh?
33 because he has 330 points and he's currently leading Poker Masters leaderboard, Mitchell Halverson. We're going to make the code word Mitchell.
Okay.
Very simple. MITCHELL. 33 raffle tickets right there. You go to pgt.com/dream-seat. See all the promotions, but go to the PokerGO Podcast one. I'm not going to say any more because if you haven't entered yet, you're dead to me.
Okay. Family pot time?
Yeah, I think I've got one.
Okay. Let's play the music.
It's time for a family pot. A family pot. Who doesn't love a family pot? Flop, turn, and river, all in or not.
All right. You first or me?
I'll go first because yours seems spicy.
Okay, good.
And okay. Go. So I talked last week about my ongoing game of tag with Caleb. It never ends. So he's now really switched on. Okay? He's like, safe zone downstairs, safe zone stairs, safe zone upstairs, safe zone garage, safe zone school. He'll wake up. He wakes up early, 6 a.m. I'll get up like 7 a.m. My door will open. I'll open my door to head down the hallway to head downstairs. And from downstairs, he'll be like, safe zone downstairs. He's just on. Okay. So I'm like, I just can't get this kid. So then last night, I got home a little early. And I'm just like, just felt like being a menace. So I'm like wrestling him. I'm jumping on him. I'm throwing his toys everywhere. He's getting real mad. I grab his favorite like spot. It's like a little like Labrador thing. I throw it upstairs, like over the railing. He's like, run. He gets to the I'm standing right there laughing at him, like, oh, you don't have spot, ha ha. He steps on the steps to go upstairs. I tag him. I say, safe zone downstairs. And he face goes red. And I'm sitting there like, I'm flexing. And I'm like, I got you, sucker. I got you. His mom's laughing her head up because she's like, I've been it.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
I've been it for like 12 days.
There's going to be a family pot where you come in saying how, like, somebody broke their arm or like something. Because this is starting to get to the point where it's getting intense. So I can tell.
Look, I'm celebrating. And he comes downstairs. He's giving me all like little kid, curse words that aren't really, curse words. But I'm there flexing. He's like, why are you flexing? You don't even have muscles. Well, and he's just going at me. But anyway, I got him so good. And then I forgot to say safe zone when I came downstairs today, and he tagged me. So now I'm back in. So in 12 days, I might get him back in.
I'm here for the injury. The tag injury is coming.
It's going to happen.
It's for sure going to happen. Yeah. I mean, you're more prone to the injury because you're older.
Yeah.
He's like, like Gumby when they're young. So it's fine. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. All right. So my family pot, it's been absolutely eating at me. And it's still eating at me that multiple weeks after this has happened, I'm bringing it up. Okay. I've had multiple conversations with people about this thing. It's a whole thing. My family, the bigger family, like my mom's side of the family, we do a big trip, right? Every couple of years. We did Martha's Vineyard a couple of years ago, which I think I did a podcast from. I think with you. I mean, obviously with you. But I did a podcast where I was like sitting out front on the porch in Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
So anyway, beginning of September, my cousin-in-law, I guess she's in charge of this, organizing it. So she sends an email to the whole group. She's like, we're starting to think of this. Can we think about dates, whatever? We want to do this for 2026. Okay. So end of July, early August is like the time frame. So they're kind of going back on the dates, whatever. 12 days ago, she replies. She writes this email. She says the occupancy is going to be 19 people when you include all the adults, and now everyone's got kids, so it's this whole thing. It's a little bit hard to obviously find a place that is that big. So my first issue here is she puts the cost in here, and then she puts the cost at X per person, which I'm immediately like, well, that's wrong. Because she took the total cost and she divided it by 19.
And she said kids, right?
I said, okay, when I go to, let's say I just went to Disneyland with my two kids, my kids don't cost X per person. My kids just come and they sleep in our beds. They don't travel. Like, it's not the same, right? So it really is 2X the price that what she put for me and my wife. Right. So that's my first issue. Like, you're trying to make it seem like that's true. And that's just not true. I just don't believe that. Then, like, so why should my wife and I pay double what my two parents pay when we're like taking up the same space and travel and like all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Now, if my kids need their own room and whatever, okay, we'll pay the extra money, but they're going to be sleeping like in the bed with us probably. So that's my first thing. My second thing is like she puts it's X per person, not including the fact that we're the only ones that have to fly our asses across the freaking country, which I have a massive issue with this every single time we bring this up, because I'm like, why don't we keep it fair and meet somewhere where everyone has to travel?
Where's this trip?
They're looking at Martha's Vineyard again, which is the whole nother issue because, hello, we've done that before. Okay, been there, done that. Let's go somewhere else. And I don't know if people are aware, but Martha's Vineyard is expensive as fuck.
I was going to say, it's not really expensive.
Yes, it's ridiculously expensive. And like, I don't know if my parents are like, they won the fucking lottery or something and like everyone's like has all this money, but like, I don't have money to go to friggin' Martha's Vineyard every 2 years. I just don't. Okay. So anyway, there's that. So she outlines this whole thing in the email. Then she says at the bottom, she writes a couple questions and she puts the questions. The first one.
This is a group email, right?
Yeah, there's like 12 people on this email. I don't know. She puts the first question, is this totally out of budget for anyone? Okay, that's the first question. So I don't even need to read any further because
answer's yes.
The answer is yes. I respond. I'm reading you exactly what I wrote.
At her or at the entire...
The whole group.
Okay.
I say, yes, this would be very out of budget for us. Okay. Now, I will tell you that when I wrote my answer, I first wrote, yes, this is, and then I just copy her thing and said, totally out of budget for us. And I thought that me saying totally out of budget for us was a little too much. So I changed it to what I thought was lesser. And I said, yes, this would be very out of budget for us. Period. Sent the email.
No mention of the flights?
No, I don't want to get into all that nonsense. Like, was I being harsh in this email? Like,
depends how soft your cousin
so I
is.
snapped get an email from my brother on the side that says, be more direct next time. And I reply, I mean...
This is a side email, right? No one else?
He sends me just to me.
Okay,
he says, be more direct next time. To which I say, fine. Fuck off with a comment like that. Peace sign. Like, and then he writes back, gotta have a softer touch with the in-laws. I'll call you tomorrow. Like, I was asked a question. I gave a direct, but a very simple answer. And I'm an asshole for being too direct. So I was like, so annoyed with this whole situation, like the way that my brother did whatever. He tried to call me the next day. I fucking ended that thing. I'm over it. Like, whatever. He sent me a text. I'm not talking to him right now. Okay, I'm just not. Like, he's like, are you ignoring me or not? I didn't respond. Whatever. He can. When I get an apology from him, that's fine. I put exactly what I just outlined to you. I put it in. We have for the Gridiron Gamble podcast, we have our Discord server. Mm-hmm. I put it in there. I put it in my multiple other group chats. I'm now talking about it on this podcast. I'm asking everyone, was I too freaking harsh with this? Was my response too harsh?
No.
Everyone says no. A couple days after this happens, I talk to my mom on the phone. She tells me that I should have replied to the email like this and then tells me how I should have replied to the email. And I'm like, now I'm getting scolded from my mom. She's like, I'm not scolding you. I'm like, you're telling me how I should have replied. I should have said like, hi, so-and-so, thanks for doing all the research, blah, blah, blah. Like, what is this? You know what that is? That is the corporate passive aggressiveness when you write someone an email and you say, hi, hope you're well, blah, blah. Who gives a crap? Like, no, I was asked a question. I gave an answer. If you didn't want...
Can I ask what the other questions were?
Hold on.
You said there was more questions.
If you didn't want me to answer, these are my family members who I've known since I was freaking born. They know how I am, okay? If you didn't want the answer from me, don't ask me the question, okay? And then I said to my mom, I said, you know what? If I can't be myself, I'm not coming on this stupid trip. I'm just not doing it. Like, what's the point? That I have to tiptoe around people asking me questions? Like if they say, hey, Donnie, do you want a hamburger for dinner? And I say, no, I don't want a hamburger. Is that like, am I going to get in fucking trouble? Do I have to say, like, what? I appreciate you asking me if I would like a hamburger, but at this time I would not like a hamburger. I'm going to pass on the hamburger, but I do really appreciate you asking. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Sign of the world these days. Everyone is too effing soft, and I'm putting my foot down because this is BS as far as I'm concerned. And now I'm really pissed off about the whole thing.
I kind of get what your mom's saying, like adding a little more to the email.
Dude, I was asked a question and I said,
need to, yeah.
Yes, this would be very out of budget for us. End of story. I said to my mom, I could have replied with how I think her math is wrong and we have to travel across the U.S. and all this sort of stuff. But I left all that stuff out of there because I thought that would be too much. And I just wrote, yes, this would be very out of budget for us. I
probably would have brought up the math.
End of story. Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like,
what were the other questions she asked?
Do we want to explore 2 or 3 smaller houses? Do we want to look at other areas? But they're not like it's like still like it's like Nantucket, Cape Cod, Coast.
It's the same area,
the same thing. Like, whatever. That's it. I didn't even bother to respond to those because it's just out of budget and I can't afford this, so I'm not going to. So whatever. Also, listen, I will say that it is slightly embarrassing to have to say something is out of budget, right? So like, why are people coming at me for being direct when like I just admitted that we're not going to overextend ourselves for this? Like,
is it really out of budget though, or is it that?
Yes, I'm not spending, but I'm not spending the amount of money that it would take based on this calculation to bring the four, my wife, and the two.
Fix the calculation.
No,
right?
it's way too much money. It needs to be half this at minimum.
Well, I mean, how much does it cost to fly out there with 4 of you? That's
a couple $100.
Oh, that's cheap. Okay.
No, per person.
Oh, per person.
Probably, yeah. And my daughter now is of the age where she has to get her own thing. So like, it's it's a whole thing. Not to mention traveling with 2 kids on a freaking plane is a disaster anyway. So like the whole thing is just ridiculous. Like my thing is like, I know there's some thought where it's like, listen, I live across the country from my family and you don't get to see them a lot, especially my parents, who I want to see as much as possible. And I should try and see them as often as possible. Mm-hmm. My pushback to that is be like, for this price, I could probably travel back and forth to my parents' house 6 times a year. So I don't need to do this. Like, this just seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Like, and not to mention the fact that I'm like, and the fact that she did not respond to my email tells me that she probably told someone that I upset her, and like it's this whole thing. So I just think it's ridiculous. So if you guys out there think I was being ridiculous, if you think I was being too harsh, you guys can email podcast@pokergo.com and let me know I was, but I might be very direct to you in my email response back, and I don't care. Or you can comment on the YouTube video, or you can hit me up on social media. Just tweet at me, Donnie_Peters. That's fine too. I want to know what the people think. So far, it is overwhelmingly on my side. Overwhelmingly on my side. I mean, I just think that this is ridiculous.
Rich, clip this for when we get to July next year, and Donnie's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Martha's Vineyard in a couple of weeks with the family."
No, I'm not going to Martha's Vineyard unless I win the NAPT Las Vegas main event. Like, it's just not happening.
Okay, is that binding?
Yeah, that can be binding. Okay. The hell with it. I'll win $800K. Good. I'll take the trip. I mean, but anyway,
you still want them to fix the prices, though.
What was I too direct? Be honest with me.
No, I mean, well, it's hard for me to say that because you've been like that to me for the last 18 years. So like, I'm used to it.
Okay.
But I think I think that was a fine response. I would have responded slightly different. I probably would have brought up the math thing because that would have pissed me off.
Yeah, which is like, I think is worse than what I did. But I would
have also quantified saying that it's out of budget because we have to fly from one coast to another with 2 kids to like give context.
There is a 25% premium on us because of the travel.
Yeah.
Of that travel where they all have to drive like, an hour and a half.
Okay. So why don't you do the next trip in, Vegas?
The thing is that when we did the last trip a couple of years ago, we had already talked about why don't we do the next trip? We said, my wife and I said we should do Newport Beach.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is a great spot. I also said we should do Lake Tahoe, which is a great spot.
Yep.
And I mean, Newport Beach is more like this situation in that we get to drive, they all have to fly. Okay. Lake Tahoe is everyone's got to travel. I mean, if for people
also
who
pick something like Austin, like something in the middle,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Well, my other thing was like, why don't we go to Disney World in Florida? Everyone just go. I mean, like what?
Yeah.
So there's that. But like part of it is like they said, well, we don't want to. Part of it last year was that they didn't want to travel to Newport. Oh, you don't want to travel, but I have to travel? Tell me how that makes sense. And then if I say I don't want to travel, I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, so this does not just add up to me. So anyway, yes, this would be very out of budget for us. Direct quote. I mean, this has literally been eating me alive for weeks now.
How long has this been going on for?
That exchange, when I said that and then my brother wrote back, be more direct next time, happened on September 15th.
Damn, 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like a high school girl. I will hold grudges. And I believe I need an apology from him. Because this is ridiculous. Huh?
Apology from your mom?
I mean, she's just siding with my little brother, which she has sided with her entire life. So I totally get it. Like, he's the baby boy of the family. I get it.
Does he listen to the pod?
No, but sometimes my parents do.
Okay.
And there have certainly been times in the past where I will get a text or a call about some family pot that I said. So if they are listening to this episode, they are 100% going to text or call me. And whatever. I don't care. This is who I am, and I'm an open book.
Monday night, you'll be getting a text message.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. Listen, I will say that, yes, my comment of fine, fuck off with a comment like that to me was probably a little bit over the line, but you know what? You pissed me off, okay? Yeah. I mean, because it's just ridiculous. So, whatever. Anyway. That's Family Pot.
Love it.
Good stuff, right? I've had multiple days of like I brought it to the Discord, I brought it to my group chats, like I'm like talking with my wife, like the whole thing. I'm like,
what are her thoughts?
So she was fine with my first comment. She was like, I should not have sent the second one where I told him to fuck off. But
that's to him though. I think that's fine. That's like two brothers bickering.
I'm like being kind of sarcastic with them, you know, but also like I still think he needs to apologize for me for telling me to be more direct. Like I need to like tiptoe around people. Like, no, like this is how I am. And if you don't like that, then that's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever. I'm 41 years old. I'm not changing for anyone, buddy. Anyway. Okay, that's it. That's all we got, right? You wanted to do 40 minutes. We did an hour, so I think we captured everything.
It's fine.
All right, cool. Monday Poker Masters will be happening. We're going to have, 4 days of coverage?
Yeah.
4 final tables, 3 day ones. A lot of stuff happening at the Masters. And then after it's all ended, Tim and I will, of course, wrap it up on another episode of the show. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. He's Tim Duckworth. My name is Donnie Peters, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
See ya.